everyone, welcome back. This is Celtic Workshop, and today this is part 2 of the auction buy series. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a long time, but you know, I haven't just been at an auction in a long time. So I bought some very interesting items, and I hope you guys will enjoy. So let's get into it. The first thing we bought was this old oilstone. It's in a case and everything. It's actually an Indian stone as far as I know. But I bought this for €10, and I like the way they left the curve on the bottom here. They cut that out with a bandsaw. This could be 80 years old, I'm not sure, but it's made out of beech and it's really nicely made, and I like this bit in the bottom. So here's the stone. The stone's not too bad flat wise, but it's more a honing stone, so you'll get your blade and hone it. All together it has little, see the way it must have been routed out. So this is, maybe it is old, maybe it's not. This was €10. It's a nice thing. It's very fine grit, and I'm very happy with it because I needed a good oilstone, and it's now provided me. And if I swap it over the other side, it's also very flat as well. So the other side hasn't been used. So altogether, so still we have this little antique compass, and this is a very interesting tool. It's actually handmade or homemade, as you could say. There's nothing really else like it. And the way I found it was homemade is just the way it's been made. It's not made in a factory, as you can see in the roughness of it here, but still it's a unique tool. So we'll start up here. It has a washer welded onto a nut, a bolt, so that makes it absolutely unique, as I said. Then I actually went with some copper ferrules, which is just half-inch or 12mm copper piping, and they just battered it on. So still very cool too, isn't it? And they have this old piece of a compass here, and it's pretty well made, and this is probably just an old nail or something, but still I bought this for €2. I think it's made out of old spruce or pine or something. So yeah, it was a really nice tool, and I just liked it the minute I seen it. What we have this time is a set of old wooden spokeshaves, and I really like these old spokeshaves because they have the character and the patina of years and years of use, and I just find them really interesting. So we'll start with the bigger one. So you can see this one's not as wore, with the mouth here as I call it. It wouldn't be as wore, but some of them had a brass plate on here to keep them wearing. But this is actually still pretty sharp. As far as the scene, there was no maker's name, so we can't find out who made it, which is a big bummer. But there's not really much to say about these, but the wooden spokeshaves are far more collectible than the metal ones, because the older craftsmen, they like the wooden spokeshave. So moving on, the little one is kind of a little bit fancier. You have the place here for your finger to go in, so it adds a little bit more comfort. You see this one's a lot more worn than this bad boy. So this one here we've got a lot more wear, and it's a little bit rusted. Still though, it's still usable if you want to use it. Both of these together cost me about £10. So I found that £5 each. Where would you get a good spokeshave for it? I actually used this one, and I'm very happy with the way it worked. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Alright, so the next thing we bought was this little leather drill. It works off a spindle, as you can see. So it works in the push force. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing. It has a nice grip here at the top of it. I think it's for leather anyway, that's what a man told me. It's a very small chuck. Very nice. This cost me £10 on its own, and I just liked it because it was unique, and I never seen one before. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. So for £10 I have a unique tool that probably nobody else has. So the next two things I bought aren't as interesting, but they're still a great bargain for €4 or £4, sorry. The first thing was, it has a Stanley bevel, and this is actually a very good one because it has the slackening screw here, so it won't be in your way when you're using it. This is made in USA, US patent. can see that there. And a great tool, it's very heavy. This is one of about 20 bevels that I have. Because bevels, once you start buying them, you can't stop. Next thing we have is this little fancy, what I would call a glue roller, or maybe a veneer roller, you know, for rolling veneer. Because there's not very much glue on this, so it might be for rolling veneer or glue. Not too sure, but still pretty cool, I think. So both of them, £4, a bargain. The thing I have is probably the best thing, second best thing that I bought. It's just brass and ebony marking gauge, and I see this bit's on wrong, but that doesn't matter. It came polished like this. No, I polished it, sorry. I polished it and put a little bit of wax on the ebony, and you can see it is really dark, isn't it? And I polished everything up and it works so smoothly. Like for a tool of its age, it turns nicely. I'm really happy with this. This is a usable tool and probably lasts another 100 years. It's probably that age. The only thing is I didn't like, they didn't put brass screws in here, they put steel screws. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. This cost me £5 and I think it was an absolute bargain on its own. So we have the daddy of the best thing that I bought, and this was this hollowing knife for a cooper. And if you don't know what a cooper makes barrels or buckets or something similar to that. And this is for a stave of a barrel. Is basically, say this is your stave, that's the inside of the barrel, that's the strips, and this is for hollowing this, so it'll make the barrel round in the middle. So this was given to me, so it wasn't really bought in auction, but it was still given to me, and I put these nice ash handles, and I also riveted or mushroomed a washer in the top to keep the handle from that. And I also cut in here so the handle wouldn't move. So it's a pretty cool tool. It's made by a make called L. Whitehouse & Sons Canuck warranted steel. So this is probably the coolest tool that I have. It's the only draw knife I have, but the guy says he's only giving me one at a time because he thinks I'm lazy. And of course, to be a proper tradesman, you put your name on it. So that's everything for this week anyway that I bought. And pretty happy with everything. It's all kind of rarity stuff. So let's have a little talk about the next episode. So everything I bought and that was absolutely fantastic, as I said I'd bring these out weekly, but I'm actually very busy at the minute and I can't get to auctions every week. So I got the auction there 2-3 days ago, and I got all that stuff for roughly, I'd say about £40. I'm not counting, but it's still, in my eyes, it's worth double that, because I like to see the passion that old craftsmen or woodworkers would have put into their tools. Like most of that would have been homemade or made by a craftsman for a toolbox. So the footprint plane restoration is coming on its way. It's very slow, but I'm getting there, so please stick around and watch for that. So guys, hope to see you in episode 3, and remember to like and subscribe, it means a lot.